What a difference a day makes. Your happy place, and the better word to describe it today in my thoughts is your environment. Your environment plays a huge part in your mental well-being. Yesterday I crossed a threshold and started a migration south. I was brought up in New Jersey in a suburb about 45 minutes out of New York City. And the past several years I've been downsizing my life so I can relocate mainly to Florida, but also to be a nomad, to somewhat travel with the weather. If I want to travel a little bit north outside of Florida in the summer, then I'll do that. And just a few months ago, I had been trying for years. I finally was able to acquire a remote position with the same company I've been for 10 years. And during this transition period for the past couple months, I've had to go into the office, and that season is just over. And so getting away from the northern New Jersey area and starting to migrate south, just getting past a certain exit on the highway. Once I cross the threshold, I'll say I'll never go back up north. I'll always be from this point south. And as soon as I get past a certain exit south, as soon as I get to a different environment, my mind, my mental health feels better. Quality of life, that's what we call quality of life. I spent many years in New Jersey and many years in New York City, in Manhattan, and there's beautiful things there, and I'm very thankful for the experience. It provides diversity, it's rich in culture, it's beautiful. But for me, at this season of my life, I'm southbound. Southeast is what inspires me. In addition to that, the environment of an office versus working remote totally is a different environment for my mind. It totally puts me in a happy place. I'm a hard worker, always been a hard worker. I have a great track record throughout my career. That's how I've been able to advance over the course of 20 years, basically in the same industry. I've always, been a hard worker and been a good worker. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I try my best. And I'm the type of person, especially at this point in my career, I don't need somebody to stand over me. I don't need to be in the office to be micromanaged. I mean, I know what needs to get done and I'll get it done. And to me, it's more, at this point in my career, it's more inefficient to be in an office. It's more inefficient to be in an office because when you're in an office, there's side chat, there's, oh, what do you think about the Yankees, or what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? And you don't want to be rude, but for me, I don't want to talk about any of that. I want to get my job done, do what I need to do, and then move on with my life. I'm not into that. That's why I didn't mind working night shift, because, it's at one point in my life, because I like mainly being by myself and just doing what I need to do. Now, certainly night shift messes with your internal clock. It could a little bit. But what I'm trying to say, the environment from working in an office to working remotely has totally improved my quality of life. I mean, I can feel it already. And I've been pushing and building my career and building my life to get to this point. 2 years of downsizing, 20 years in the same career to get to this point, and it feels great. My happy place is being in an environment in my personal and professional life that is good for my mental health so I can enjoy a quality of life. Over the past year, I've made several videos about when I was on vacation in Florida and then coming back up north, and how I felt my stomach just dropping. I felt like throwing up, and I made videos about that. Coming back up north, I felt throwing up. Yesterday, when I got past a certain point south, I'm not all the way to Florida, and I may not get to Florida for a couple months. I'm just taking my time. I may stay in a certain area for a couple weeks, but my whole point is, once I got past a certain point south, I felt immediately better. Because for me, I mean, your environment, where you're at, what you're looking at, what you see, and how you work, and the environment you work in, all plays a part in you being more efficient and you being more productive. I mean, I work the same amount of hours today. I mean, I feel even, more productive, better, and but everything was the same. I worked the same amount of time. I was doing, pretty much same workload. I mean, so there gets to a point in your life that you really have to focus on building your life around your happy place. And when I say a happy place, I mean, of course I love the beach, that's my happy place. But I'm not trying to say that every hour of the day you're going to be at the beach, because I'm not. There's times I dedicate to work. I'm not at the beach. I'm doing different things. What I'm trying to tell you is the overall environment, the proximity to your happy place, and Again, the environment in which you're in and how you feel determines a huge part of your mental health and your quality of life. And it's worth the sacrifice of throwing things out you spent your entire life acquiring. It's worth the sacrifice of uprooting your life in an area you were brought up in. It's worth the sacrifice to selling your house, even if it would go up in value. It's worth the sacrifice for me to put myself in my happy place in my right environment. And that's what I want to share. And it matters. It matters to me.